Hey, everybody, Catholic Talk Show here with Father Rich Pagano. And you didn't even look at me. Let's be honest. You've already seen Mark Wahlberg's on the screen. We're with Mark Wahlberg. He's got an incredible movie coming out called Father Stu. And Ryan, myself, we are so thrilled to have you on the show. Mark, this has been a pipe dream for a long time. I can't believe it's happening. So, starting out, like, Mark, I didn't get a call, bro. Like, you got to shadow a priest to kind of learn what a priest does day in and day out. I've got my people waiting. We rented the whole theater space, and let me tell you, everybody wants to see Father Mark Wahlberg. So, how did you prepare for this role? Did you have somebody that you shadowed? Like, how do you prepare to be a priest?
Yeah, lots of that. I mean, I've kind of been preparing to play this role, and Stu's had such a colorful life. I've been preparing to play this role, even though I didn't know I'd be doing it on film for the last 40 years. Wow. That being said, the story was brought to me from my pastor, Father Ed Benioff. So he kind of told me all about Stu on a number of occasions. I didn't know why he was pitching him on a movie, but then it finally registered that this is what I should be doing with all of the success that I've had in film. If I'm going to like make a movie that's actually going to matter, not that I haven't made movies that matter, but that matters to me and my faith in the beginning of the new journey and utilizing the gifts and talents that God's given me for his work, right? He didn't put me here to forget about all the things that I went through, only to enhance those things and shine light on them and help others prevent them from going through it or help them get through it. And so he would come to my house and have me kind of serving mass throughout every Saturday for a couple of years leading up to it. And then Father Flavin, who was my parish priest growing up and, one of my real, saviors and guardian angels in real life, was, always there. He actually was a consultant on the film. So had a lot of good people in my corner to kind of help me make sure that we got it right. And but Stu's story really kind of spoke to me, and it was a story that chose me. And Stu's been interceding, as well as Mother Mary and the good Lord and everybody else along the way to make sure that we get it right, and that it's perceived in the right way, and that it does the work that it was intended to do.
What about Father Stu's story so drew you to this, to desire to get this made into a film? Because I know this was a labor for you to get it onto film, and you had a big part in doing that. What particular of his story drew you so close to his story?
Again, all of it. I mean, but especially, how he found his faith and how committed and dedicated he was once he found it. He was unwavering. The way he dealt with all of the obstacles that he was faced with such dignity and grace, the way he never lost his sense of humor, his edge, the authenticity in which he spoke to people. People could tell the way he had reformed himself. Obviously, one of my favorite quotes from the movie, was, some of the most remarkable figures in the history of the church are reformed men, St. Francis, St. Augustine. I mean, so all of those things, and, was certainly relatable, but the way he could relate to people, real people from all walks of life, and they knew that he was speaking from real life experience. He was very, very authentic and very straightforward. And, that's a powerful thing, It's one thing to hear from somebody who's learned it in books. It's another thing to hear from somebody who's been through it in real life. So
yeah, that's pretty amazing. As Catholics, we really appreciate the closeness that God gives us through the sacraments of the church, and seeing some of the clips of his dedication to the sacraments as a priest. Just a beautiful thing. But I think this story kind of goes deeper into culture. What are your hopes for? Just somebody who's just on the sideline that is broken, that, a lot of us are already broken anyways, but like, what are you hoping that the story outside of just our faith might be able to accomplish in our culture?
It really does go so far beyond our faith, the Catholic faith. This is a movie that is totally open and inclusive to everybody. This is a reminder that we're not going to give up on you. We're not going to turn our backs on you. There is no, this person can't be redeemed. No, we are here. We're waiting for you. We welcome you with open arms, with love, and reminding people not to lose faith, to have hope, especially in these very difficult times. We all face all the whys of the world and, mortality. And we've all lost people that we're close to during COVID. People have lost their livelihoods, their jobs, their homes. I mean, these are struggles that are universal. And this is a theme that is universal. And that love and that reminder, what we're doing to give people hope and encourage them and inspire them. and especially people who have had really difficult times, to know that we're not giving up on them, we're not forgetting about them. It's really touched every single person that has seen the movie, has been touched by it in their own personal way.
You know, when you sit there and you think about hopelessness and anxiety, you know, depression issues, suicidal ideation, the world, you know, is in need of that impact, that love, that witness. And, you know, for me, I look back at the witness of John Paul II, you know, and JP2 is everything to me. And now I get to be a pastor in his name, you know, at his church. You know, JP2's impact was just so influential. It's kind of, you know, a part of me. It sounds like, you know, 40 years, Mark, like Father Stu has been in your life. You said his intercession has even been with you in this experience. Can you kind of share a little bit how Father Stu impacted you personally, and how it's kind of moved your life and your life in Christ?
Well, I'd say right now he's like, okay, you've been given all these gifts, you've been given all these talents. What are you going to do with it? You know where it came from. You know, it wasn't about you just kind of getting out of Boston, forgetting where you came from, and knowing all those kids are back there struggling with different things and they've got obstacles that they need to overcome. What are you going to do? And challenging me to do more work in Christ's name, to do more of God's work, as opposed to doing. And I've always been on the path of how do I better myself and how do I be a good example? But now, yeah, I do a little bit more. Got to do a little bit more. So echoing Stu's message, continuing to go out there and beat the pavement. And, you know, I always thought about it. I mean, you know, every time I open up the script, there's a big picture of Stu staring me in the face, challenging me all the time. But I also, like a lot of people during COVID and just getting older, dealing with, you know, uncertainty. And, you know, I had some depression, things that I didn't have. I never dealt with before, you know, and those challenges come, even, you know, certain times and certain challenges that question your faith and those things. But, you know, to have those things reaffirmed over and over and over again, and now finding a whole new, just being invigorated in my approach to spreading the message. It just, you know, there's so much negativity being amplified in the world, and we've got to match that head on with positivity and love. Yes. For everybody. For everybody. We are not the judge. And God forbid, you know, you got stuff in your own closet and you're judging other people for things that they may do, and that's probably one of the worst things you could do. The only thing I think you could do worse than that is to know God and turn your back on him. Yep. So you know, I want to encourage people to love and support and not give up on people. So where are you guys all from?
So I'm Diocese of St. Augustine, Florida, Northeast Florida, and Ponte Vedra.
And I'm up in Cleveland.
I'm from Florida. I was in the seminary with Father Rich, and then I got kicked out. So I have 7 kids now. I live in Texas.
Then he moved to Miami, and then he got a Miami Vice shirt, and the rest has been history. He's got like 10 kids now.
You know what? I was just thinking I got to find my next faith-based movie, and I just found it.
Oh, no.
The guy who got kicked out of the seminary. Well, because then we'll figure out what the final act's going to be. But we need a good end. We need a good end. As we get a good end, we'll figure out the ending. And if we have to, we'll take some liberties. But I also just met an amazing priest who was married and has 4 kids. He was a deacon before, and then he went and petitioned the Holy Father to make him a priest, and they ordained him. And so I guess there's like 100 of them out there that are married priests with children. Yeah.
Wow.
From Sacred Heart in Palm Springs, Father Fred.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, the bishop still has my file, so I don't know. Yeah,
I think the Pope's got your file, bro.
I don't think if you've seen the movie, if they ordain Stu, you can still hold out hope there.
I was so happy there was another guy like that out there.
So favorite interview so far, by the way, guys, just to let you know.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Mark. We really appreciate your time. And
I want to hear more of your story, dude. I'll find you. I'll find you.
It's called South Beach. South Beach.
I like South Beach.
Yeah.
From about 9 in the morning to about 4 in the afternoon. I love South Beach.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
So Father Stu, it's a wonderful movie. Make sure you go and check out this film. Mark's a wonderful actor. There's a great cast and it's a great story. Go check it out. It's in a theater near you. Father Stu, make sure you watch this film.
Thank you. Hey, Ryan, thank you for reminding us that we're doing a show here, keeping us on track with Father with the intro and with the outro. God bless you.
God
You
bless.
got
Mark.
it. Well, we
Cheers.
got crazy South Beach and crazy priest. Someone's got to bring me these cats in.
Ohio,
God.
Ohio. I love it. God bless you.
That's it, Mark. Thanks,
Thanks,
everybody.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.